I haven't made one of these videos in a minute, but I figured might as well make one today because due to the stuff that I post as far as like memes about being raw vegan and the way I eat, like I get a lot of people that slide in my DM and ask me questions, about what to eat, how to transition into a vegan lifestyle and so and so. And like some of the questions that I get are I actually got a question recently that someone asked me, actually my barber asked me that, like, do I get sick? I was like, that's a good question. That's something that I never thought about. No, I do not get sick. I probably get like, normal random stuff like, or I probably go outside with and it's warm in here, I go outside in the cold and get a little sniffles or whatever that don't last long or that about it. But as far as getting sick like other people, I haven't been sick in years. And I get other people that ask me, about what to do with their life and tell me about personal things that they have going on with their life, which y'all don't ever have to worry about me discussing with other people or putting y'all business out there because I don't get down like that. But one of the questions I got recently was, what made me stop eating cooked food? Why did I go raw vegan and eventually transition into fruitarian, which is like basically the same thing as a raw vegan? It's just the difference between a raw vegan and a fruitarian is that fruitarians eat mostly fruits and they could, 50% to 75% of the time they could eat nuts and seeds and all that and veggies and all that other stuff, but they mostly live off of fruits. And me personally, I'm totally like giving like nuts and seeds the stiff arm because the way my body react to them ever since I went raw, like my body do not like nuts and seeds at all. So I'm giving that the stiff arm. But to answer the question, why did I go raw vegan? Like when I was a regular vegan, when I was eating cooked food, even more on the alkaline side, when I was alkaline vegan, I was eating stuff like quinoa and wild rice and all that stuff. Like I don't know, it's like I always tell people, like this is really like a spiritual process for me. Like why I transition into going vegan in the first place. It wasn't like, oh, I wanted to lose weight and look better, whatever the case may be. It was more of a spiritual thing for me. It's kind of like whoever my higher self, my spirit, whatever you guys want to call it, God or whatever was leading me towards that path. That's why I really went vegan. It wasn't for anything physical or I was just watching someone and got inspired to do it. It was kind of like me, like that's the lifestyle, that's the way like I'm supposed to eat, and I feel also that's the way human beings are supposed to eat. So that's why I went vegan in the first place. But raw vegan, I went vegan because when I went vegan, I, I started, you know, even though I was eating healthy, I was eating all the grains and all that stuff, but it's kind of like something in me, like whether it was spirit or whatever the case may be, was telling me like, yo, like something about, I'm doing great. I feel way better than I used to when I used to eat meat and so and so. But something about it, like kept telling me like, yo, I could do better, and I started fasting and doing water fasts and juice fasts and fruit fasts, and I started noticing big differences from when I eat regular cooked vegan food and when I consume like just water or just fruits or just juices or and I stay away from certain grains and certain nuts. So and I'm the type of person that I always tell myself like, yo, I'm the type of person you can't show or teach anything because I'll milk and dive into it fully. Like if you show me how to do this and that, let's just say you show me how to record a song, I'm gonna be recording songs. Like if you show me or how to do something, or if I wanna learn it and I tap into it, that means I tap into it and I'm gonna end up being good at it. When I got into veganism, it became like the same thing for me. I got into it and I wanted to. It's like my spirit, everything within me wanted to learn and know more and more about it. So yeah, I started fasting and I started noticing the differences. Like when I don't eat cooked food, and let's just say I do a fruit fast, like I noticed that I'm more energized when I eat fruits. Like I went from sleeping like 7, 8, 9 hours a day to only needing like 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep. And even though like my body didn't catch up to the pattern where I would, in my mind, I'd be like, yo, I need to go to sleep, but I couldn't fall asleep like in a normal person, from the way we was raised, thinking we need to eat 2 or 3 times, 4 times a day, and then get this and that amount of sleep from the way we was programmed. I used to think that I need I need sleep, and I started noticing when I go back to eating cooked food that I was getting that sleep that I was taught that we was programmed to believe that we need. And when I kept going back and forth to eating a certain ways, I started to noticing differences in mentally, physically, and spiritually. So that was like my main reason. Like I kept fasting, going back and forth, and doing it. And then one day I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I like the way I feel when I eat raw more than the way I feel when I eat cooked food. So part of my self-love journey is kind of like, really honoring that part of myself and loving myself and catering to myself and doing the best for myself. So that's the really one of the reasons why I chose to go raw vegan. It's really the way for me to go. Like I get more energy. I feel better. Honestly, I look better, and the list go on. And to be honest, like, how do I feel about cooked food now? To me, cooked food, I feel like cooked food is a lie. And cooked food is a lie. And I feel like it's kind of like people are enjoying being lied to. Like, who wants to be lied to? Like, of course, sweet little lies, games of love, and stuff like that people have been programmed to accept and to live by. But me personally, like, I don't want to be lied to. Like, just tell me the truth. And that's what I feel like cooked food is. I feel like cooked food is like food at an altered state. It's not in its natural form. Like, you killed it, and now you're not eating the truth. You're eating the lie, and ultimately the lie makes you high. Lie, or you can say Lye, lie. The lie, you consume the lie and you make you lie, and after you consume the lie, you end up lying to yourself by telling yourself that you're not high. And then you eat so much, and after you eat a large amount of the cooked food, you start feeling sluggish, which is ultimately you in an altered state and you're high. You lie to yourself by trying to tell yourself that you're not high and call it the itis, when in reality, like, you're high, like you're stuck here, like you can't go nowhere, like, which is why I call cooked food is a lie. And I got tired of being lied to. So this is, why I really am enjoying and loving being raw vegan and really going back and forth to being raw vegan and fruitarian, because I've been eating a lot of fruits, and especially in these past few days I've been on a detox and only consuming fruits, and I've been feeling like really great, and I'm like, damn, I should just stay like this forever. I don't see why not, but with patterns, something you gotta break old patterns to create new patterns. So that's all it is to this. Like, as far as the way I feel, I love it, but gotta break that old pattern of how I used to eat to continue on this new pattern that I found out that has been great to me. So you know that really sums it all. And if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure I will make more videos about this in the future and stuff that I've learned, and be more detailed and answer some of y'all questions that slide in my DM that want advice, whatever the case may be. And as y'all always know, this message is coming from the heart. You dig? Because I'm a winner. Want to know why I'm a winner? Because love always wins. It's the law. LAW. Love always wins. And always remember, peace is a weapon. Kill them with peace. Scratch.